So for me, this whole buying a camper van has created a huge dilemma. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are going to be talking all things camper vans. As you may know, I'm a Capricorn. Supposedly, Capricorns sometimes get obsessed, and recently I've been obsessed over a camper van. This is buying one. But obviously buying a camper van kind of goes against the plan that I set out for post-graduation of drama school, where I set myself the challenge, and I want to do this, documenting it all on the channel, of buying a house within 1 year. Now that challenge is insane. It's going to be incredibly hard to actually do, and I don't know if it is possible because obviously buying a house within a year, I say house, I'm talking about a 1-bedroom flat, is a very, very tough challenge. But I wanted to give it a go for the channel just to see how everything goes. But recently I've kind of come up with the idea that maybe alternatively, as well as this, I could also get a camper van with the first amount of money in that year that I earn, and then use that camper van to start creating more content to travel around, because I just feel like exploring and offering a unique perspective of life in a camper van trying to buy a house on YouTube would go down seriously well. So I started looking into buying a camper van. Now at 22, anything is expensive, especially coming out from uni, and a camper van roughly, to get a decent mileage one that's very old, I'm talking about the 1990s, it's gonna be about 10K. That's really the top of the range that I can afford and probably could afford within the first few months of graduation. But do I want to buy a camper van that's older than me? Obviously you can convert stuff, but then if you convert it, again, that's gonna be quite expensive, and I don't have the manual skills to be able to do it. So it's really, buying a camper van is incredibly complex. But I believe with a budget of about £10,000, you can get a decent camper van. So I started having a quick Google, had a look on Auto Trader, Facebook, and so on, and you can see the range of camper vans on screen right now, that most of them cost about £40,000 for any VW 4x4 decent camper van. Incredibly expensive. Filtering down to like the lower 10K ones, you can see you've got a few nice ones here and there, and they could potentially be doable. The interior is old, but there's a progression that, you know, if everything goes well, the channel goes well, you start building up. And plus, I want to travel loads. However, obviously this plan would only work well if you guys, the viewers, you guys wanted to see camper van and buying house content instead of just buying a house content. Now obviously next year's content is going to be heavily acting themed, finance themed, life themed, so it's going to be relatable to everyone and everything. But I just feel like buying a camper van could be the next hot thing. So anyway, I was kind of in this dilemma about buying a camper van because obviously, you know, it delayed the process of getting a house, and obviously the quicker you can get a 1-bedroom flat, even if it's super cheap, you can rent it out, then you have that passive income, and although in the short term you'll be worse off, long term you'll have so much more scope to buy everything you wanted, and you have more kind of money in the future. So this was my other dilemma holding me back from buying one, because I saw this really sick Japanese imported camper van, pure vibes, under 100,000 miles. Again, it was 1999, I think it was. It was a once in a lifetime find for a camper van. But then also there's a few other factors that I think didn't make me buy it. Well, firstly, right now I can't afford it. Secondly, would demand for camper vans be lower in winter than right now? Because right now COVID has driven up the demand for campers, so you can travel domestically massively. High demand, you guessed it, higher price, because supply is roughly the same. So should I wait? Most probably I should wait. Secondly, I wanted to hear what you guys thought on the idea of me getting a camper van, because I think it's freaking sick. I think that the content would be amazing. And here's another thing to consider. If I'm making an investment in a camper van, you can convert them, as I said, but to convert them, you know, you kind of aren't going to get as good a job as something that was designed specifically for camping. And there's so many things to consider when buying a camper van, so it's not an easy process. You've got to consider, where am I mainly going to be driving this? Is it going to be left-hand or right-hand drive? Because, you know, Europe's the other side drive to UK, so I'm better off getting a camper van that drives on that side. You've got to consider how many people are going to be coming on me with these trips, because do I want a 4-berth or a 2-berth? And for me, one of the big things about buying a camper van is that I have to be inspired to use it. If I buy, you know, an old dusty camper van, which is nice for the price it is, but isn't really a nice habitat to be in, then I'll be less inspired to be in there and make content, and it kind of defeats the object of spending all that money in the first place. Now I am speaking incredibly fast today, because I'm excited about camper vans, clearly. And obviously there's so many other factors to consider about buying a camper van. So let me know if you have any suggestions or ideas in the comments down below, but I love to do a European road trip. I mean, imagine this, right? Next year goes absolutely smooth sailing. Somehow my YouTube takes off, my Skillshare takes off, everything takes off. I've got a camper van. I import my camper van from the UK to Europe, Europe to Qatar. I watch the world, no. But obviously you get the gist of what I'm saying, like, I feel like sometimes, especially in relation to content and YouTube, you have to do stuff that not many other people are doing. And if a big part of my channel was outside of the studio, which everybody has, and in a camper van, living life and just doing all things like that, then I feel like it would help me stand out and give you guys some content that you can truly live by. You know, you can live through my content, and that's ultimately what I want to do. I want to have content that is more relatable and like just life related. But my biggest thing, I'd love to join a YouTuber house. There you have it, campervans on campervans. The question is campervan to buy or not to buy. It's a hard question that I think is going to take a lot of research, but campervanning. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you have any experience in buying campervans as well, please let me know. But if you can't tell, I'm seriously passionate. The passion is seeping out of me right now to buy a campervan. But today I got home and on my desk was this box right here. This is from Filippo Loretti. I'm gonna open it up right now. Look at that. So they sent me out a brand new watch. As we can see here, I've gone for the lovely blue rimmed, blue internal dial, gold and silver strap. And they have been kind enough to sponsor today's video. They make very, very nice looking watches, I must say so. If you guys are interested in getting a watch like this, there'll be a discount code in the description down below where you can get 15% off the watch you want to get. It feels top quality and it also looks very good. So this will be linked down in the description below. Thank you very much to them for sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Drop a like down below. Obviously the content is going to be shifting very soon, but in a good way. Take care.
All up in my head, that's how I behave. Passing up the same, waking up the same. All up in my head, that's just how I behave. How I behave.